Welcome to The Medium with Celeste. We're so glad you could join us for today's episode. Welcome back. Today's lesson is about spirit activity. I get a lot of calls from people about their homes being haunted or there being ghosts in their house. And what I try to tell people is usually there's nothing to fear. Haunted houses have become a big attraction lately. Haunted locations, anything that seems spooky to people. What I try to tell people is a lot of places aren't even really haunted. A lot of places have memories that are being replayed over and over and over again. So if you hear footsteps on the stairs all the time at night, it's probably that gentleman who lived there before just making his 30-year path back and forth to the bedroom. Oftentimes there's family who stops in if you're going through a hard time, or if it's a family home, they'll stay there and hang out. It's not that they haven't crossed over. They do have the opportunity to go back and visit the places that they loved the most, and some just have a harder time letting go of the things that were here that they loved. I often tell people, don't be afraid. You know, there's a lot of myths that a scratch means you have, something really negative there. And a lot of times, most of the scratches can be explained away. But if you're really nervous, you should reach out to a medium. Paranormal investigators can just collect evidence for you, whereas a medium can talk to whatever's in your home and help you find out what it is and alleviate the fears that are connected with it, because oftentimes it's usually nothing and there's very easy solutions to resolve the problem. You can't really get rid of a spirit if they have no negative intent. So a lot of people think, I'll just sage them away. But if they like you or they don't have a negative intent, you're not going to just get rid of them that easy. Oftentimes they need somebody to talk to, or they want to convey information about the house or their history, or just tell their story that they never got to tell. So it's so important that you don't fear the noises and the activity. Find someone who can help you, and preferably somebody who will come out and help you with compassion, love, and kindness, not just to your family, but to the spirits that are there. Blessings, and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We're here today with Claire and Leslie. They came into our studio. They were brave enough to come visit me. So thank you guys for that. All I'm going to do really quick is I'm going to just ground and balance, which just means it looks like I'm taking a nap. Promise I'm not taking a nap. Okay. And then we'll get started, okay?
Okay, fine.
Great. So I will tell her. So I have to tell you, I'm waiting to see who's coming in, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be someone they both know. And your mother stepped in and said, I don't care who they want to talk to, I'm coming in. So I need to give that to you, okay?
Okay, very good.
Your mom, I feel like you might be a little bit like your mother. I think that you have that strong personality, that no nonsense, like if I think you're a dummy, I'm going to tell you you're being a dummy kind of energy. But your mother also did everything she did with love. So I need to give that to you, okay?
Thank you.
And she said to me, she said hello, by the way. I always forget to tell people they say hello, but they usually always say hello. She said to me that she's very proud of the woman you are.
Oh, that's good.
And that you've become an amazing woman. And she's very proud of the way you raised your family. And she said, none of them end up perfect, but you did the best you can.
That's good.
Does that make sense?
Yes. It makes a lot of sense to me.
We can't blame ourselves when people fail. All we can do is be there to kind of be that voice to not help them get back on their feet, but give them the directions.
I see.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes a lot of sense.
And she said that you do a lot of direction giving.
I do.
And nobody listens all the time.
True, very true.
But you do that. And your mom said, you really do love your children, and you really do try to do what's best for them.
It's good
Does
to
that
hear.
make sense?
Yes, it makes
She's
a lot
been
of
gone
sense.
for a while, she said.
Yes, a
Couple
long
few
time.
dozen years.
Yes.
Couple few dozen. So it's now over 40 years.
Oh, yeah. More than that.
Yeah.
She said to me, she said, but she's like, I can't complain. I had a good life. She had a really good life.
Good.
She met this one. She met your daughter.
Never.
Never?
Me.
Okay.
Never.
No, Jesse.
Okay. That's not your other daughter or your
No.
son?
That's
My son.
Your brother? Okay. Because she said to me, I met the kid, so I assumed it was her. I didn't really.
Okay.
Sorry, you have another sibling. No, I'm just kidding.
We had another sibling here.
But she said to me, you've always felt connected to her even though you didn't know her.
Yes.
And she said, I want to honor that connection because I didn't want you to think you were crazy. Does that make sense? Because she said, you've always...
There's a lot I didn't tell you.
I know that now.
Yeah. Oh, I hope you guys don't have any secrets. They're all gone now.
We don't. No, we don't.
But she said to me, I want to honor that connection. I do want you to know that I am looking out for you. And she said, I know that you've been hit in the gut. and she said, you're going to be okay. Do you understand that? She said, if, as God is my witness, which he is, because he's our witness up here all the time, you are going to be okay. Does that make sense? And I need to give that to you.
Yes.
She said, I'm going to get out of the way because someone's poking me. What's your husband's name?
Chuck.
And he's passed?
Yes.
He said hello.
Well, that's good to hear.
He said, did you think I wouldn't come?
Yes.
He said, isn't it me who you came for?
Do I have to answer that?
He said, nope. So he said to me, you guys had an interesting relationship,
Yes, we did.
is how he describes it. Does that make sense?
Yes, it
Yes,
makes a
it
lot of
does.
sense.
Is this her dad?
Her
Yes.
dad.
Yes. Is there two dads? Like, it's
Only
just
one.
one, right?
Yeah.
One dad.
Because he talked about another man.
That I don't know about. We'll talk about that one.
I don't know about that either.
No, I'm teasing you,
Uh-oh, what
Mom.
do you
But I don't know who that other man would be.
Okay.
Could it be
Well, he
Jesse?
said that there's a gentleman that's around you now, or that you've had help from a gentleman. So I'm just going to give that to you. Just
Okay.
hold on to that. You guys figure it out
Okay,
later.
okay.
You'll figure it. Call me later
Okay.
once you figure it out. But he keeps showing me like he left too soon. He left too
True.
soon. I mean, he was not a baby by any means. It's not like he was 40, but he was still very young.
Yes.
Was he
Young in
only in his
mind.
60s? Late 50s, early 60s?
91.
Oh, was he?
But he was handsome, and you would never have known
He said,
him.
well, that's nice of you. He's like, some other people might not agree with you.
Yeah, he was
Very good looking.
So he was really 91?
Yes.
Yeah, and you would
never
never
think
have
so.
known it. You would never.
He comes in looking like he's about 45, 50. So
That's
he must have
Yeah,
liked
that's
his
exactly
favorite
what
type.
he would have looked like.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he would look like.
Okay, he said, you're lucky you got such a good-looking man and I got such a good-looking lady.
He always said that we were a good-looking couple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he keeps showing me your photo. You guys did have a wedding.
Yes.
And a nice one.
Yes.
Not too fancy, not boring. It was
True.
just very simple and beautiful. And he keeps talking about your wedding dress. And he keeps saying that you still have this dress,
Not in my possession.
but you have it. Somebody has it.
No, I don't. Somebody has it.
Okay. And he said to me, he goes, whenever I'd be mad at you, I just tried to remember what you look like in that dress so I didn't wring your neck.
I got him angry very often, didn't I? Very, very often.
I felt bad saying it. He's like, it's
No,
okay.
that's
She'll
my
completely
father.
That's
understand.
Chuck. That's Chuck, yeah. Our love was insurmountable.
Yeah, he said to me, we had our days. We had great days. And, we had, months where, we didn't get to talk.
Yeah.
Just because of his schedule, not anything to do
You're
with
right.
you not talking to him.
Yeah.
And he said, my schedule was so crazy sometimes that I just didn't get to talk like I would like to with my beautiful wife. And he goes, stress the beautiful part for me. Just keep stressing that part. He talks about your closet or you had all the closet space.
He's right. I took them all.
And he's like, I try to just put something in, and she'd be like, oh, no.
Very true.
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
He's like, I brought that with me. He's like, I got all the closet space here, though.
Yes.
Funny.
That's true.
He said to me, he keeps pointing out his shoes.
Yes.
He did have a few shoes.
Yes.
He wasn't a one shoe guy like a lot of guys. He had a bunch of nice shoes.
Yes.
And he took good care of them. And I don't know if he resold them because it doesn't feel like he throws them out. It feels like he gets
they were
them
always
fixed.
there. Yeah.
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 You got rid of his shoes.
Not yet.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
I think we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
He said nobody's gonna love and appreciate those shoes like I did. You should
Probably
have
not.
buried me with them.
Those were the spit shine, the cordovans.
Oh yeah, the spit shine. That's right. That's what it was. Just like the Marines do it.
Yes.
So he said, he laughs. He's like, well, I didn't have a closet, but I had lots of shoes.
He
Yes,
did.
he did.
Very true.
And he said to me, we had a good family.
We did.
And we had a nice enough house.
Yes, we
Yes.
And I worked really hard to try to help you make it the way you wanted it.
That's what he always did.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes a lot of sense.
And he said, whenever you said, I want to do this, I'd be like, okay, let me figure it out.
That's
Yes.
exactly what he said. Exactly what he would always say.
And he said, you know what, the thing I miss the most is dinners.
Okay, I can understand that.
Yes.
Just the time together.
Yeah, that's what we always had, family dinners. We always
Yeah.
sat down together, all, 4 of us. And that was our family time.
Yeah, that's what he
And
misses.
he loved the food I cooked.
Well, he said that might be why I got a little chunkier in life. He said, I don't want to just talk to you. I do want to talk to my daughter a little bit. So he said hello.
Hey, Pop.
And he said, would you stop asking me if you're a disappointment to me? You'll never be a disappointment to me. He said, that's the one thing you keep. I hope I'm not disappointing you, Dad. I hope I'm not He said, you're not disappointing me. He said, you know what? We all fall down. And then we get back up and we dust ourselves off and we were like, well, that's freaking.
Start all over again.
Pick yourself up. Dust yourself
Pick-
off. Start all over again.
Yeah.
That's it.
Is there anyone else you guys want to talk
Yes.
to
My
besides him?
brother.
I want to talk to my son.
Okay. Your dad's like, well, thanks. I'll go get him. But I had to come first. What was your son's name again?
Jesse.
Jesse.
Jesse John.
Okay, I'm listening. He said he's sorry. Does that make sense?
He didn't want to leave.
He didn't want to die.
He said you could only fight so long.
Oh, Jesus.
He always said that.
He said, I was getting so tired. Did he have like a disease process? Because
He had Parkinson's.
he feels like he got small. He
did.
shrunk. Okay.
He did.
He said, I got my height back and I got my
Oh,
good
right.
looks back.
Right. He did shrink.
Yeah.
He keeps saying you took care of him. You helped take care of him, you guys.
Always.
Always.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
He said though, he goes,
All right, what did he say?
he had a motorized chair at some point?
No, I would.
Or did you guys want to get him one?
I did. I wanted to get him a
Because he said
motorized
to
chair.
me, you'd realize if I got that, I would have just been running people over.
That's what he would say.
He would be
That's
bumping
exactly
into
what
butts.
he said. He did
Yes,
that.
and no, come to think of it, every time we went to the mall in Walmart, I'd put him
That's
in the
right.
motorized chair and he was knocking over the
He was
displays.
knocking over all the displays.
He said it may not have been one of my good skills, he said.
That's Jesse.
Yeah.
He said to me, he has like the biggest smile. He said he always wore a smile.
Always.
Even to the very end.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And he said to me, he goes, he goes like this. He goes, the thing I disliked the most, because he doesn't want to use the word hate, is when people look at you and feel sorry for you. He's like, I didn't want people feeling sorry for me.
That's why he left.
He's like, I just wanted people to love me for what I could give and just laugh. Laugh at the condition, because the condition is stupid. It's a stupid condition, he said.
That's right.
He said, I fought as long as I can, but I guess, I guess you have to be the guy from Back to the Future in order to live forever. Did he reference him a lot?
Yeah.
I forget his name, but
Michael J. Fox.
yeah, because he's like, how did he get off so easy?
That's Jesse. That's Jesse.
He said he found out that he's some sort of, there's other treatments that if you're just, an average Joe without millions of dollars, you're just doing the best. They're just doing the best they can.
Yeah.
And he says, I'm not knocking anybody for my treatment. I feel like everybody did the best they can.
Yeah.
He's like, I just got hit by it really hard and really fast.
Yeah.
He did.
He did.
Like he got
just
a
like
really
that.
bad case of Parkinson's.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. I don't feel like you guys even had time to really align all the proper medical care.
We didn't.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because it feels like just maybe a year. Or
Yeah,
so.
he went downhill real
Real
quick.
quick. There was
Yeah.
like a quick drop there.
No, he had it. He had it for
Well, he
about
had it
20
for a while, but then there's that 1 year. There was just like,
this past
past
7
year.
months.
yeah,
That
he
was
just
it.
dropped.
That
Yeah.
was quack.
It was
quick.
quack.
It was
quack,
quack.
quack. He goes, I turned into a duck, Mom. So he said something to me. His death is fairly recent, though.
Yes.
Just a few months ago?
Yes.
Okay. He said something about a stone not in place or the stone's not done.
Oh my.
He wants to calibrate him.
No, he's talking about the stones around the house. He wants more stones around the house, so they're all not done.
Oh my God.
That's what he's talking about.
Okay.
Because he always put a lot of stones around the trees.
The white ones?
Yes.
Yes.
Kept saying the white. Okay.
Yes.
He said you stink at it.
Yes.
It doesn't look contrasty enough.
No, it doesn't.
Right. Yes. And I
The
was thinking
stones.
today about getting more stones.
He said that'd probably be a good idea, Ma,
Okay.
because it doesn't look as good as when I did it.
You're
No,
right.
it doesn't.
It doesn't. It looks slipshod.
And he said to me, one of the bushes is looking sick, or there's a bush that's looking sick.
Yes.
And
there
he
is.
said, you're probably going to have somebody come in and fix that bush.
Yeah, it's
like
a
a
big one.
professional.
Yeah.
Because it needs to be trimmed back and it needs some
does.
sort of
Yeah,
nutrients.
big
next
one.
to the rhododendron.
the
Yeah.
rhododendron, yeah.
He's just letting you know that the bush looks crappy too, Mom. But he has a great deal of love for both of you. I mean, he really does. And he said to me, he laughs. He goes, "Now you take care of Mom. She's not going to let you, but you pretend you're taking care of Mom." Does that
I
make
miss
sense?
him
Yes, it does.
very much.
That's exactly what it says.
He's a
and
good
he
man.
said it to you.
He's a good man. He said to me, he was the funniest out of all of you. He said, you suck at telling jokes. So I apologize.
He was excellent.
He had an incredible sense
He
of
said, you know
humor.
what, though? I'm with Dad.
They're
That's
together.
good. I'm so happy.
We're having fun, and they're playing cards or something. I see a card deck on the table.
Okay.
So I need to honor that. They're passing the time, they said. He jokes and he goes, Mom's probably going to live longer than all of us.
Oh, crap.
She just keeps going and going and going.
I don't mean that much.
They call you the Energizer Bunny.
Yes.
Yes, that's what they always call it.
Yes. Yes, we do.
So I need to give that to you. And I'm going to leave you both with that and know
Okay.
that he loves you.
Okay.
He does
And
love
he's
us.
okay, and he's happy, right?
He's happy, and
He's
he said,
happy?
and I can walk again.
Oh.
And I can drive again.
Oh.
And he said, I'm better than you guys because you guys got stuck with the bills. And I'll leave you guys with that.
Okay,
Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you for your
very much.
assistance and
welcome.
your help. Thank you.
Welcome back. We have Kelly on the phone with us, so we're going to connect with her in just a moment. Hello, Kelly?
Hi.
Hi, welcome back. Who else do you want to talk to? Because I don't think it was her.
What'd you say?
I said I don't think it was her. Yeah.
I guess my mom,
Okay. What's her first name, hon?
Jackie.
Okay, I'm listening. She said, hold on, listen before you speak. She said, hello. She's a kind energy.
Yes,
Maybe too nice.
probably.
And I said that to her, and she goes, well, I put up with her father, didn't I?
That's probably true.
So I need to give that to you. But she said she was she seems, I don't want to say understated. She doesn't seem very pushy. She seems like a gentle soul to me. But I feel like if you crossed a line, she had no problem saying it.
That's true.
She just seems more gentle to me, you know? She's just got a kind heart. She said she loves you very much, by the way, and thanks you for everything you've done for her.
Okay.
And I don't know if you still pay tribute to your mother or you still do things like in her memory or in honor of her, but she keeps showing you paying honor to her or paying thought to her and kindness to her.
Mhm.
And she said that you miss her.
Of course.
She goes, she misses me a lot bit. Like a little of a lot of bit is how she said it, which was weird. I don't know why she said it that way, but that's how she said it. She keeps removing. That's weird. So she's showing me where she used to live, in, you know, her home where she lived, and she keeps removing photos from there and putting them in your house.
Okay.
So did you take some of her photos?
I have a lot of her stuff. Yep.
Okay. And she said everything didn't get put out yet, though. Like, you haven't put everything out yet.
That's true.
It's like trying to figure out where things will go and how to move things around. That's what she said. She said, you didn't have to take all my stuff. She doesn't put much value on her stuff, which I think is interesting, because I don't think her stuff was all junk. But she acts like, you know, it wasn't all that important. Things aren't that important. What's important is our memories and our love. But she had a lot of things.
Yes.
She said, I may have realized it's that a little too late. As she left you the mess, she said. She keeps filling out paperwork and signing a signature. So I don't know if you guys had paperwork and stuff you had to fill out after she passed, but she said she's sorry that everything wasn't as organized as it could have been.
Okay.
It doesn't seem like it was too bad. I don't think you guys went through as much as I've seen other people go through, but your mother would just rather have all loose ends tied up, you know?
Yep. Yep.
And she doesn't want to talk about her death because she said death isn't the part of life that we should remember.
True.
Does that make sense?
It does.
She talks about a friend over there with her.
Okay.
So one of her friends passed?
Yeah, well, probably a few, but yeah.
Okay. Because she keeps talking about it's nice to have her friends, some of her friends with her and back together.
Okay.
It's very interesting that that matters so much to her.
Mhm.
Because she said to me, she goes, I just love them so much. She's like, you know, friends and your family are the most important things.
Yep.
She keeps cleaning out your closet. This is the second closet I've had to clean out today. That must be my theme for the day. Do you have a lot of her stuff in boxes?
I do.
Okay, because she said to me, some of that stuff really isn't super important. You can clean out your closets and get rid of some of that. You have
Okay.
pets?
I'm sorry?
Do you have pets?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a dog?
Yes.
Okay. Because she keeps talking about the dog barking at her when she tries to visit you.
Okay.
So if the dog ever barks suddenly, I guess that's just her visiting you. She comes by often, you know,
Okay.
because you always talk to her.
I do.
And she said, I hear you talking. You really are not good at listening, but that hasn't changed much.
Probably true.
So she said, I am with you when you talk to me, and I don't want you to feel like, you know, I'm not listening, but I do come around the house. And I'd be surprised that you don't smell her.
Okay.
So, you know, she had a certain smell, and it's a horrible thing to say. It's not a bad smell. It's just like her smell. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like, I don't know if it was a perfume or a powder or something she always wore.
Yep.
It doesn't smell bad, but she said, when you smell my smell, you know it's me.
Okay.
So I'll give that to you. And I'm going to have to leave you with that because we're already out of time.
Okay.
Okay?
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for participating today and allowing me to bring your mother through. I appreciate it. She's a great lady.
Likewise. Same.
You have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. And if you enjoyed this show, you should check out Spirits of the Valley, where we explore the paranormal in your hometowns, right here on Nutmeg TV.